When you learn English in a classroom, the teacher speaks nice and slowly. And then you go to an English-speaking country and suddenly everyone speaks really quickly. It's difficult to understand. Oh, sorry. And then you go to an English-speaking country and everyone speaks really quickly and it's difficult to understand. But there are some things that English speakers do in order to speak more quickly. And if you understand these things, then you will be able to understand fast English too. This video will share 6 important things that you must know or do in order to understand fast English. And if you have a friend who might benefit from the video, share it with them too. And like and subscribe to make sure you get my next videos. Here's the first tip. Weak forms. To understand fast English, you need to understand what weak forms are and when they happen. The symbol in green here is called the schwa. It's and is the weak form in English. And of course, we don't say a, we say a. We don't say a pen, we say a pen. And this is the most common sound in English. And it comes up all the time, particularly when people are speaking quickly. So try to spot the weak sounds here. Where are the weak sounds in these 3 sentences? So in the first sentence, if we say each word individually, we would say, where are you going? But in fast English, it's, where are you going? Where are you going? R becomes you becomes ya. Where are you going? In the second sentence, the words individually would be, I want to go over there. In fast English, I want to go over there. Over. I want to go over there. And in the last sentence, the individual words are get, a, taxi and bus. In fast English, get a taxi and bus. How do we know which sounds are going to be weak? Firstly, the grammar words have weak sounds, particularly if there's only one syllable in them. What do I mean by grammar words? Well, we have 2 types of words in English. We have content words which have real meaning. So a taxi or a bus is a real word, has real meaning. But we have grammar words that just connect the bits of the sentence together. So are and to and they don't have real meaning. They're just grammar words. And they have weak sounds when people speak quickly. The second type of word with weak sound is a word with many syllables. So here, over has 2 syllables. Now, most words have a stressed syllable and an unstressed syllable. So here, O is the stressed part and the is the weak part, the unstressed part. And in the unstressed part of the word, we often, not always, but we often use the weak sound, over. Now, this doesn't always happen, particularly vowels such as E don't become weak as often, but it usually does. So if you know where the weak sounds are going to come, you won't be shocked when you hear a word spoken in a different way to how you were expecting. Okay, so that's the first step to understanding fast English, but there are many more things you need to do too. The second important thing you need to know to understand fast English is about connecting vowels. Here I mean when a word ends with a vowel sound. What happens between this word and the next word? Well, there's 2 types of connections that happen here. In this sentence here, nice to meet you. Nice finishes with a vowel, to begins with a consonant, and to ends with a vowel, O, and meet begins with a consonant. So what do we do when we speak quickly? We squash all the words together and they become like one word. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So nice to meet becomes like one word in terms of sound. There's no gaps between them. The second type of connection is for words that end in a vowel and the next word starts in a vowel. Let's have a look again at the sentences from earlier. And here we have 3 examples of words that end in a vowel and a word afterwards starting with a different vowel, which is where followed by are, go followed by over, and taxi followed by and or und. So what do we do when we join these words together? Well, when people are speaking quickly, it takes too long to say each word individually. Where are. In order to speak more quickly, people will actually make another sound in order to get from one sound to the other. So instead of saying where are, people will say where are, and an R sound appears in the middle. Instead of saying go over, people will say go over with a W sound in the middle, a W sound. And instead of saying taxi und, people will say taxi und, and a Y sound appears in the middle here. And this is often the way that we connect words that finish with a vowel to another word starting with a vowel. And very commonly, if a word ends with the air sound, there'll be a R that comes to join it to the next word. If it ends with an O sound, there'll be a W to connect it to the next word. And if it ends with a E sound, it'll be a Y to get to the next word. The third important thing to know to understand fast speech is about squashed words. What do I mean by squashed words? Well, let me take you through an example. So, how do you say this sentence? Why don't you try on your own first? Okay, I'm going to take you through some steps to show you how an English speaker would say this and why they say it the way that they do. So, firstly, we need to understand which words are the content words in this sentence. So here, the words with real meaning, the content words are train, platform, and left. These words all have real meaning. In order to know how to pronounce these words, we have to work out where the stress is on each of these words. Now, train is a one-syllable word, so all of train is stressed. And by stressed, I mean it's said with more emphasis. Platform has 2 syllables, and in English we will stress the first part, plat, platform. And left only has 1 syllable, so we just stress the whole of left. So these are the words that we will stress. What happens to the other words? In English, we like to create a rhythm between the stressed sounds. Train, platform, left. All of the other grammar words in between get squashed in order for us to create this rhythm. The train is at the platform on the left. The train is at the platform on the left. And notice how the words, even though we got 3 words between train and platform, we squeeze them all in so that we can keep that rhythm between the content words. It might even go faster. The train is at the platform on the left. And you may ask me, well, how am I supposed to hear words that are squashed to that extent? It's not as big a problem as you might think. Well, think about it. Which words do you actually need to be certain about to understand this sentence? Imagine you're in a train station and you ask someone, where is the train? And the answer is, the train's at the platform on the left. And all you hear is train, platform, left. You've got a very good chance of understanding what the instruction is simply by hearing the words train, platform and left. You don't always have to hear all of the grammar words in order to understand the sentence. In fact, when native English speakers speak and listen, they don't expect to hear all of the grammar words. They're just looking for the words that will give them the information they need in order to understand the sentence. So, you need to know that some words in English get squashed. You also need to know that the words that get squashed are usually the words that are not so important. Number 4, dropping consonants. Here we're particularly going to look at words that end in a consonant and when the next word starts in a consonant as well. And we're focusing on two particular letters here, or two particular sounds. Look at the word told and look at the word set. Told finishes with a D and to begins with a T. Set finishes with a T and for begins with an F. And in reality, the D sound is actually D and the T sound is actually T. What happens when people speak quickly? The T and the T and the D disappear. Instead of saying we were told to leave, we say we were told to leave. Instead of saying we were set for the tip, we say we were set for the tip. And the principle here is that when a word finishes with a hard consonant, something happens to that sound if it's then followed by another consonant. And with the T and the D, the sounds disappear completely. We don't say them at all. There are other hard consonants as well. B, G, K, P. These don't always completely disappear, but they are reduced because it's too difficult to speak quickly and also go from one hard consonant sound to another consonant sound. So to make things easier, English speakers either reduce the sound or get rid of them completely. So the sound might end up, the word may end up sounding something completely different to how it is spelt. And fifthly, contractions. What do I mean by a contraction? Well, have a look at these sentences and see if you can spot where the contractions would happen. It is a beautiful day. You will not need an umbrella. You will be fine. In English grammar, in informal situations, we can contract some of these words. So instead of it is, we can say it's. Instead of you will not, you won't. And instead of you will, you'll. When we speak quickly, we usually use the contraction even in more formal situations. This is if you're trying to speak quickly, so in a conversation. If you're giving a formal presentation and you really need to be formal, then you may contract or you may not. But usually in English speech, we will contract in speech where we can. Okay, and the final tip is the most important one of all, and that is practice, practice some more, and practice some more. And by this, I don't just mean audio from an English language textbook. Try to listen to real English. English movies or films are good. What's even better is to listen to English spoken programs that are more local, that are produced by a country's TV channel, because they often have a range of accents in them. They often will make a series that is based in one particular place and use actors from that place and try to mimic language that happens in that place. Films are good, but sometimes can be a bit slower than real life English. Lots and lots of practice, but of course you need to know these 5 principles first before you know what's going on. Okay, so those are my 6 tips. Now we are going to do some practice ourselves. Okay, so first of all, I am going to say 3 sentences and I want you to write down what I say. So listen to me speak, write all the words I say. So find something to write on or type on now. Pause the video if you need to, and then in a moment I will say the sentences. Okay, are you ready? Be prepared, it's going to be quick. Okay, 3, 2, 1. English listening is easy. You just need to know the rules. With practice, you'll be okay. One more time. English listening is easy. You just need to know the rules. With practice, you'll be okay. Do you think you managed to write them all down? Again, pause the video if you need more time. So here they are. English listening is easy. You just need to know the rules. With practice, you will be okay. So this time I've spoken slowly, like a teacher would to you in a classroom. But now we're going to go through some steps to work out how we say this quickly. First of all, here are the weak forms. So, English listening is easy. You just need to know the rules. With practice, you will be okay. So those are the weak forms. Now for the dropped consonants, and here we have only one. In the word just, we have a t sound and then a consonant in the next word, need. So this sound will be dropped. So not you just need, but you just need. Next, the contractions. With practice, instead of you will, you'll. Now for the connected vowels, B ends in an E and OK starts with O. So we have the Y sound between them. Be okay. And finally, we need the rhythm. So we need to find the content words and make sure we keep that rhythm between the words. So here, English is a content word, but ing has the stress. Listening is a content word, but list has the stress. Easy has real meaning. E has the stress. Just need, know and rules have only one syllable, so the whole word is stressed. Practice, prac is stressed. Be is stressed. And okay, the stress is on the second syllable, K. And now we are ready to say the whole sentence. So listen to me and then repeat. English listening is easy. Have a go. Should we try again? English listening is easy. Let's try the next one. You just need to know the rules. One more time. You just need to know the rules. And let's practice the final sentence. I'll say it, then you say it. With practice, you'll be okay. One more time. With practice, you'll be okay. How did that go? Now let's try even faster. Okay, I'll say it once, then you say it. English listening is easy. Your turn. Let's try the next one. You just need to know the rules. And the final one. With practice, you'll be okay. So today we have learned 5 important things that English speakers do in order to speak more quickly. And sixthly, we talked about the importance of practice. And if you do all these things, you will be understanding fast English in no time at all. Have a look at the description below this video, as it has links to other resources I have on this topic and more, and a link to our website where we have courses that you can take which go into more depth at studyenglishplus.com.